Fabulous for us, thank you very much. And just to reflect back on the results from the two occasions that you met this year in East Point, victorious on both occasions by 19 in the first instance back in round one, and then by 10 the second time round. So clearly going into the game with a fair degree of confidence, knowing that you've had that measured to this point in time.
Yeah, look, we're hitting our straps at this stage of the season, which is good for us. Having said that, you know, finals brings out completely different types of games. We definitely can't be complacent. We know, you know, they improved on our first result for the last game, with us, you know, winning by 10. So we can't go in there with any thoughts other than that it's just going to be a really tough and competitive game.
How does the side that you're going to put on the court over this weekend compare to the sides that you played with those two games? Are you going to be in a position to be at full strength?
Yes, yeah, we'll have the full squad. Look, at the first game we played against Lakers was the very first game of the season, so you know, you can't take much out of that game. And then the last one was only 2 weeks ago, and we did have a full squad, and I was able to put everyone on the court, which I guess is one of our strengths at this stage of the season. We're a pretty even team. I can make changes at any point and be confident that they'll do the job. So yeah, look, I would imagine it would be quite similar to last time we met.
And everyone to this point in time has agreed that it's a really even competition, and the winner can come from any of the 6 places. Is that
definitely
a sentiment that you share?
Yeah, sure. Look, and that's been proven in the last few weeks. I know, you know, Melton and Sunbury have had a few players in and out during the season, and probably not shown all of us their full strength. But I guess, as Mel said, that can work sometimes against them and for us, in that we've had time to, you know, really gel as a team in the last half of this season, where we've really sort of consolidated our team. And worked on some really, you know, some structures and things that that perhaps, you know, the teams who have been not at full strength haven't had the opportunity to do.
Really nice weather's forecast. Will that suit your composition of your team, the way and the game that you play?
Yeah, I think so. I guess halfway through the season we had a bit of started the season halfway through. We had a bit of a lull, and they were on wet days. So I would actually say that we probably are a bit of a fair day team. So that hopefully will suit us.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the makeup of your side, experienced players relative to less experienced players, how are you going with regard to that? Have you got any young players that you're really going to need to make sure they've got their heads in the right place heading into a big game?
No, luckily we haven't. We did pretty well at keeping the team from last year, who were, you know, we got to the prelim last year and lost. So all of the girls have had experience in finals at a BFL level, as well as VNL as well. So, you know, they're experienced.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Towards, I suppose, the second half of the season, you've knocked off a lot of top sides. I think you drew with Sunbury as well, so they're creamy. So you know you can beat all these sides that you're up against, don't you? You must give you a fair bit of confidence to know you can do it, and you've done it recently as well. Yeah,
look, of course. Those last 2 games against Melton and Sunbury that I'm guessing you're talking about, look, they were fantastic for our team morale. You know, we are under no... we know that they didn't have full squads, both teams, on those days, but as I said before, you know, that works in our favour as far as I'm concerned. You know, we've been able to really gel as a team, as I said, in the last few weeks, and hopefully that will hold us in good stead coming up against, you know, Lakers and anyone.
Yeah. You made the prelim last year. Obviously your hopes there to do it again, but is there anything different that you think you might be able to see you take that step further, or the 2 steps further?
Who knows? We've been to the prelim. Look, we finished second last year and didn't make grand final. We finished top the year before that, didn't make grand final. So, you know, finishing 4th, who knows? Let's we might be third year lucky and might make a grand final. Who knows? As we've said, this top six this year is a really tight group, and it will be hard for anyone to get to the grand final. And you know, whoever it is will have to play their best netball, and it could come from sixth all the way through to first.
That's it for me.
Thank you. All right, Melanie, how does this sit with you? Having finished fifth in terms of what goals were set at the start of the season, have we reached the goals that you were seeking to this point of the season?
Yeah, I think like Wendouree have spent the year rebuilding with a new coach, half a new team. So we really didn't set any concrete goals. We just wanted to do the best we could and make finals, which is what we've done. We didn't have any preference of where we finished. We were just happy to get there. So fifth is a good result for us. We're happy with that.
Mm-hmm. And having said that, now is an opportunity in a very even top six, as everyone's said so far, to, I suppose, shake it up a little bit.
Absolutely. I think we're given an opportunity that it is very tight, and I think we have a team that is coming together, so I think we've certainly got as much opportunity as everyone else in the top six as well.
Mm-hmm. Sally came on board, not necessarily with the A grade side, but at the same time she's such a valued member of your club and such an inspiration to so many people. Is that the sort of thing that could potentially, with her involvement in the latter stages of the season, maybe just give everybody that little bit of an extra lift to understand, because she sort of took the side to a place that is the envy of every other side in the competition?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been made even more obvious this year how much of an influence Sally's had, not just on Wendouree but on the whole BFNL. I think that having her in our corner is certainly a morale booster for everybody, and it is nice just to have her and Ray as well coming around close to the end of the season, just to remind us of what we do and what we're there for and how we do it.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the two games that you lost, once again in round 1 and round 17, you might be stretching your memory a little bit to get back to round 1, but the sides that took the court on those two occasions relative to the side that you're going to be able to put out there on the weekend, can you recall what those, if the sides are going to be much the same or there's going to be many differences?
No, it'll be the same side. I think both rounds we had a full team. But like Em said, round 1 was round 1. We had 4 brand new players trying to build a team. 2 weeks ago was really good for us. I think we come away from that game and we learned a lot. We've worked really hard in the last couple of weeks on those things that we identified that we needed to work on. So hopefully we can use those things and take it up to East a little bit better than we did 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the conditions, are they going to suit your game style?
What was that?
Nice conditions, will they suit your game style?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone prefers a bit of dry weather, so the sun will be shining and it should be good.
Okay, thanks.
Wendouree is traditionally such a powerful side, especially premierships finals, and last year you guys probably didn't have your strongest year, even though you made the finals. How important is it this year to not only win a final, but to go as deep as you can?
I think to win a final would be an added bonus for us. I think we are in a rebuilding phase. We've sort of had quite a bit of turnover of players and coaching staff this year. So I think we've achieved what we wanted to achieve and we've made finals. I think that any win from here is a bonus for us, and we're definitely able to do it, but it's just a matter of doing what we can.
Yeah, so are you going in with an attitude that you've got really nothing to lose, whereas East Point
Absolutely.
might not sort of have that same approach?
Yeah, I think we've lost both our games against East this season, so I think we would certainly be seen as the underdog. I think probably people underestimate us a little bit, which suits us perfectly. I think we are still coming together and hopefully we can prove the people wrong.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, ladies.